Hello. Um, this video is a long delayed continuation of my Why Did I Quit Teaching? Um, I think I think I'm going to combine this. I think I'm on like reason number 4 or 5 or 4 and 5 or something like that. But I think I'm going to go ahead and combine these two together. These reasons are probably going to be probably not very popular, and probably people aren't going to like what I have to say. But I want to be honest about it. I'm just going to lump them together. Reasons 4 and 5. I think it's 4 and 5. Would be I quit teaching because of the parents and the students. I want to start off saying, first of all, that one with the students, start with them. I very much enjoyed my students. I had a good time relating to them. And even for the students that had challenges, part of me just wishes that I could just spend time getting to know them as people and not feel the pressure of trying to teach them math. But anyhow, and I enjoyed the students, and I loved my students. I feel like I've got something in my eye. Sorry, I don't edit my videos, so that's probably going to be staying in this. So I loved my students very much. And I hope to some of them that I made some kind of difference in their life. And so anyway, and then about the parents, I want to start with saying there have been some amazing parents while I was a teacher, that have been incredibly supportive, and they took responsibility when needed. And there have been parents over the years that just really showed that they cared. They did the best they could with their child to support their child in school. And I'm even like best friends with some of my former parents that were, parents of my students. And because our boys were friends, and they were in the same grade and stuff. So, there have been so many parents over the last, I don't even know now, through the years that I look back on and I remember them, and I'm so thankful and grateful to them for, just the support that they provided, not just for their student, but for the teachers as well. I took my glasses off for this. I don't need them on. But so before I go into why I quit teaching because of the parents and students, I wanted to make sure that y'all realize that I value the parents and students very much. I value the students no matter what, because they were my students, and I was very happy to be a part of their lives for a short time while they were in my classroom. And there are some parents that I look back on, and I would give anything to be able to have a whole bunch of parents like the ones that I mentioned. So anyway, now let's move into the negative part, as to why I'm saying that I quit because of the parents and the students. First, let's start with, this is totally unscripted, by the way. So, and I'm not going to edit it, but because of the parents. Okay. Now this is the negative part, for the parents. I I would get a parent email, for instance, over something with their student. And I guess I had some form of anxiety. I have no idea. But if I opened that email up from a parent and it was like 8 o'clock at night and I'm in my house or in my bed chilling or whatever, I would stay up hours trying to formulate a reply in a way that wasn't rude, um, but in a way that got my point across. Because there were some parent emails I would get, and they were, whew, anyway, it was a lot. So I guess I had gotten to the point where I was tired of dealing with parents who did not want to take responsibility for their child or their child's actions or their child's decisions in school relating to school, and instead turned it around on the teacher. B. Um, I had reached a point where I'm like, I'm tired of dealing with this. Um, One, because of my own anxiety after reading an email or whatever. Um, and it would play through my mind constantly after an email and how I would respond. So, I mean, I will have to make separate videos on some of the like stories about the parents and some of the actions that I experienced from the parents, and the stories would just be like ridiculous. But yeah, sadly, I hate that when I look back on it, I'm like, I don't want the negativity of some of those parents to outweigh how much those other parents positively impacted my life. Like I don't want to seem like the parents who did whatever they could and did the best they could with what they had. I don't want to diminish any of what they did and totally focus on the negative. But yeah. But I will have to go into separate little videos on each different story telling you about some of the things I experienced from parents. Okay, so let's move on from that because I don't want this video to be too long, but moving into the students. Things have changed drastically in our society with young people. Now, I mostly taught middle school age. And I've taught up to 8th grade, as low as 6th grade. But even younger students. I taught younger students before with other subjects, just not the core classes. I taught like more elective classes for even younger ones. Now, I'm talking about like the middle school age, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And things have just changed tremendously. And there's a lot of inappropriate behaviors, conversations, things like that these students are having. And I mean, I experienced that a lot and dealing with all of that. But I mean, not to say that that's why the students, and why I say students, that's just a small part of it. But I mean, at the same time, behaviors have, well, I mean, student behavior has always been, something I'm sure teachers have had to deal with no matter how long. But, and that's why I guess I want to combine parents and students together, because the students, you can't have the students without the parents in terms of like, some students are the way they are because of parents, and the parents' influence over their child. So anyhow, I don't know if this is all muddled or whatever, but not only is it like student behaviors, but I mean, and I have taught in public school and Christian school, and it does not matter I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, go to a Christian school. It's so much better. No, it is not. I mean, I don't want to diss Christian schools, but I mean, a Christian school is doing what they can for different reasons, you know. I mean, not anything against them, but it doesn't matter. Public school, Christian school, private school, charter school, it does not matter. In my opinion. I mean, granted, a Christian school will try to set things in place to make it better, a better atmosphere, and things like that. But the reality is, students come from all over, all different backgrounds, all different experiences. And sometimes those experiences, and I feel this for the students because their experiences impact every area of their life. And you just can't turn it off and sit in a classroom, you know. I mean, anyway, that could be a whole nother video. But I just got to the point where I feel, and look, if anybody wants to sit here and say, oh, well, you just weren't strong enough to handle it, fine, say that about me, I don't care. But you know, that, I mean, sure, fine, I'm not strong enough to handle student behavior all the time. I don't care. I'll say it about myself. But I just got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.